Man, I have been out of the loop the last 4 days. Holy mackerel. Sick of hearing about grace? This is the thing? I'm just watching Diamond Justification's video. What? People are sick of hearing about grace? Then why are you reading the Bible? Because it's all over. It's all over the Bible. What is wrong with people? See, this is the problem. This is why we have problems in the body. People falling, people getting caught up in things, people getting angry, emotional, people getting confused, is because there are people out there who are so mad they don't have control over the situation, or there's particular things that are going on that they want addressed. Mainly as it's their lives. That's narcissism and it's pride. I get it. We all got problems, but they want more attention paid to something particular. They get on a mission. But to say you're tired of hearing about grace when it's grace that saves you? Wow. That's amazing to me. Okay, I'm going to back up my brother Diamond and I'm going to share some scripture. 2 Corinthians 12:9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. The particular person Diamond mentioned in that video, it sounded like they're struggling with some things. Real life. How hard real life is. How rough real life is. Get it. Go to Iraq. Go to a war zone. You get a real good taste of how rough life is. Go to a third world country. You'll get a real good taste of how life is. You want to have a unique perspective on things? Travel. Travel to countries that white people shouldn't go to. That'll give you a real interesting perspective on things. And that wasn't a racist statement. There are some places that people with white skin should not go to. Like some parts in Africa where they will kill you on sight. Yeah, that still exists. We need grace. It's the cornerstone of our salvation. That's Christ. Ephesians 2:8-9. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. Romans 6:14. For sin will have no dominion over you, since you are not under the law, but under grace. I'm going to show you something really cool here. We have 100 scriptures on Open Bible. We'll watch. Romans 11:6. But if it is by grace, it is no longer on the basis of works. Otherwise, grace would no longer be grace. James 4:6. But he gives more grace. Therefore, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. I already did that one. 1 Corinthians 15:10. By the grace of God, I am what I am. And his grace toward me was not in vain. On the contrary, I worked harder than any of them. Though it was not I, but the grace of God that is with me. Now, I have 100 scriptures. Anybody that's watching can go look this up. If you have Open Bible, let's go into the New King James. You have Open Bible, do this. Or not Open Bible, eSword. Genesis 6:8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Exodus 33:12. Then Moses said to the Lord, see, you say to me, bring up this people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found grace in my sight. Exodus 33:13. Now therefore I pray, if I have found grace in your sight, show me your way, that I may know you, and that I may find grace in your sight. And consider that this nation is your people. Do I need to go on? It literally started in Genesis, grace. Exodus 33:16, Exodus 33:17, Exodus 34:9, Ezra 9:8. Esther 2:17, Psalms 45:2, Psalms 84:11, Proverbs 3:22, 3:24, 4:9, 22:11, Isaiah 26:10. We can keep going. Look at all the grace. Zechariah 4:7. Who are you, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel? You shall become a plain, and he shall bring forth the capstone with shouts of grace, grace to it. I love grace. It is by grace that I have this ministry. It is by grace that I have everything that I have. It is by grace that I am what I am. And it's not my grace, it's His grace. Tired of hearing about grace? Are you serious? Why are you reading the Bible? Why are you even a Christian? Grace is the cornerstone of our religion. It's the cornerstone of our relationship with Him. If you didn't have grace, you've got nothing. That kind of understanding, you can't even be a Pharisee. Zechariah 12:10. Luke, John. And it just keeps going. Acts. A whole bunch of Acts. Golly, tons in Acts. Romans. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. Look at all the grace in the New Testament. 137 verses found, 148 matches. Gives it all right there. How can you be tired of hearing about grace? Good night. That I can't even fathom that. My brain doesn't work that way. But you know what? That video that Diamond, he's right. There are people that they are offended at grace. You know you have salvation because of that grace, right? So if you're offended at grace, that means you don't want salvation? Or do you want to make it according to your understanding? Which, that's what a lot of people want to do. Hey! Don't start chewing on shoes, dogs. Don't start chewing on shoes. And you better go lay down.
Like who did what?
You chewing on mom's shoes. You want to pick those up and put them in the milk crate right there?
Yeah. I don't think that's really going to help much, but okay.
Well, at least they're up off the floor. We'll pick them up and put them in the milk crate.
Oh, those ones?
Yeah, you walked right past them.
I thought you were talking about something that was under the table.
No, he was chewing on those. Sorry about that, guys. We're teaching some dogs some new tricks. Okay, so clearly it's all about grace. I mean, I showed you open Bible, 100 scriptures. And here we have 137 instances. And I think if we go into the ESV, I think it may even be more. Nope, it may actually be less. Let's see. Yeah, it's less. Let's go into... No! They picked the worst time to start calling me. Let's go into the King James, see what the King James, the straight King James says. All right. Oh, even more in the straight King James. 159 verses found, 170 matches. So yeah, it's all about grace. You tired of grace? Never heard such a thing. What's the matter with people? I'm tired of hearing about grace. Well, because it is grace. I see. This is the kind of stuff that I cannot wrap my brain around. And these are the kinds of discussions that people... Now, if the person's legitimately asking a question, I'm happy to address it. But a lot of people, you greasy grace preachers. Well, Jesus taught grace, so does that make him a greasy grace preacher? The Lord you say you follow? You know, a lot of people got a lot of weird opinions out there that apply to Jesus. They put them on us, not realizing what they're doing. No, not interested. So, wow. That when I see something like that, it gives me pause. And it's like, really? Somebody's upset because somebody's preaching freedom and grace and promise and salvation? Wow. So, you know, that kind of stuff makes you wonder, where is that person's heart really at? Are they really saved? Are they really walking according to the way they're saying? You got to question somebody's integrity when they're in that type of understanding, because there's nowhere to go from there but up. I mean, that's bad. Hopefully Diamond's able to talk to that person. Anyway, weird stuff. That amazes me. You know, it's absolutely about grace. It is all about grace. Our covenant is a covenant of grace. I did a video on that. In fact, Well, here's the gospel of grace. Titus 2:11, for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all people. It is by grace you have salvation. And you're tired of hearing about grace? Tell me more about grace. Give me all the grace I can get. I need it. We all need it. Love you guys. Bless you all in Jesus' name. That was just a quick one I had to show. But yeah, do your own research. It's all about grace. If anybody's watching this video and they're in question about that, just do what I showed you there. And you'll learn quite quickly. It is all about grace.